Have you ever been scrolling through Instagram and seen a cinematographer or just somebody who shoots videos post frames like these? Maybe it's the 1, 2, 3, maybe it's just the individuals, but how do you get such high quality stills out of your video? Now, before we even go through this, what we got to talk about is that all of your frames are not going to be super sharp. Why? Well, if you're shooting in 24 frames per second and you're waving your hand back and forth, for example, as you see, my hand is blurry right here. So that's not going to be sharp. It's not a still photo unless you're cranking your shutter, but if you're cranking your shutter on your video isn't going to be as cinematic. You got to realize that these are going to look like video stills. But this isn't necessarily pulling stills to give to a client. It's more so pulling stills to show those nice individual frames from what you shot. This is just a way for you to show off your cinematography skills, but not a way of delivering photos. If you think what you're learning today is turning your videos into photos and those looking just as good as a raw photo, well, I hate to break it to you, that's not the case. But what we're talking about today is pulling stills in the most high quality fashion. First things first, you're going to want to open up Premiere. And then right here we have two clips imported, as you can see. We have this Kygo clip of these fireworks during Lollapalooza. And then we also have this clip from the Benzie golf video. This is the edit right here, so it's all colored. Everything's all dialed in. The process will be the exact same for the RAWs. Just for the example, I pulled exported videos. I know that one of these clips is 8K and the other one is 4K. Now, whenever I go through and grab these stills, we want our timeline to be as high quality as we can possibly make it. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go Command N. That's gonna do new sequence. And I'm actually gonna make this 8K 24 frames per second sequence. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna name it frames. Simple, easy. Now we have our timeline. Let's go ahead. To start, we'll grab this Kygo clip. I love the end part where these fireworks right here start coming through. You can see in the playback, it is just money. I love everything about it. So we're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna grab an in and out roughly of where we wanna have it. And then now that I see this, this was only a 4K timeline. I thought it was 8K, but now it's 4K. What we're gonna do to make it 8K, to just scale it up instead of using the scale up in the effect controls, we're gonna right click, we're gonna go set to frame size. Now it takes up the whole 8K frame, and we gotta find the frame that we wanna pull now. So let's go ahead and let's grab this one. We got the little bit of shine right here. We got the firework bursting. We got the stage. Stay safe, Lala, just money. But now, instead of just going ahead taking a screenshot, we're gonna get all of that quality out of Premiere. So you see this camera export frame right here. If it's not there, go ahead, click this button, and then you can find it right here, drag it on down, and then it will be in your panel. You're gonna go to the frame that you want to pull your frame from, click on that camera, rename it whatever you want. I'll do frame 1. Go ahead, pick your folder. I know where I want mine to be, so go ahead, click browse, select where you want it, keep the format as JPEG, and then go OK. Right there, you have an 8K still, which is amazing. Now, maybe you want to make those 3 different frames. Maybe you want to pull them all from the same project. Well, you're actually going to do that same exact process. So it would make sense for me to go into the golf sequence so that we can make all 3 frames the same frame. So what we're going to do, we're going to find the first frame that we want to hit. I like this one. To make sure that's sharp, we're gonna click the apostrophe. If you have a Mac keyboard or any keyboard really, click the button to the left of the 1 and that will make that panel full screen. The glove is pretty sharp here. I'm happy with it. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna go out, and now we know that the first frame here is gonna be the one that we want to pull. So go ahead, same thing. I actually have a keyboard shortcut set up. I'm gonna click F to make that full screen. This is now in 8K. So we're gonna click that camera, same thing. We're gonna go Benzie frame 1, okay? Same thing, keep the JPEG, click OK. There's our first frame. Now, let's go back through. I like it right here roughly. We're gonna bring that in, and now we're gonna find that sharp frame. This one looks good to me. That sharp logo, he's pretty sharp. Same thing, click the camera. Benzie frame 2. Okay, and now let's find the third. I think it's only fair if we use this. In, out, we know the in will be the one that we want. Perfect, F to make it full screen. Click that camera, Benzie frame 3. Okay, now we have those 3 frames ready. I'll meet you in Photoshop to make the final product. Now, if it's a photo for Instagram, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we are going to go to the 1080 by 1350. You can go bigger frames. It actually might be a better idea to just scale those up. An easy way to do that, you're gonna make the dimensions in pixels so that we can customize this. Your width is gonna be twice 1080. So it's gonna be 2160. Your height is gonna be 2700. Now we're gonna go ahead, click create, and we have it ready for us. So now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna import those photos into Photoshop. We have the 3 right here. Enter, 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 just to keep them where they are. I know that I'm gonna want this Benzie one with the logo right in the middle. Before we move anything around, we're actually gonna get these guidelines, and I'm gonna select this top roller, drag down. Now I'm gonna go all the way down to 66.6%. That way I know that it's gonna be 1/3 per photo. Same thing, I'm gonna go down to 33.3%. Now this just gives us the nice guidelines that we need to shape the frames as we want. So go ahead, grab that Benzie frame 2, drag that down so that it goes to that line. I know it's not over top of that middle frame, it's so easy to fix. All we're gonna do, we're gonna drag that Benzie frame 3 to the bottom. Now we're gonna grab that frame 1, we're gonna do the same thing, Command T, drag that up to the line, boom. Now if you are annoyed by those lines, we can move them, but now we have 3 good frames to work with. That's how you pull high quality frames from your video. It's as simple as 1 click. Now pull frames of your own, share them with me, tag me in them, let me know if you like this technique. And in the meantime, I'll be over here cranking out more videos for you to watch. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.